Greetings, wrestling fans. Your eyeballs are mine, caught in my electro web. How you doing? Hope everyone is doing great. If you guys are going to enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button and even subscribe later on if you guys do enjoy the rest of the stream. So anyway, we kick things off with the Usos defending their titles against Sheamus and Bush. It was supposed to be Drew McIntyre, but he got disqualified for some reason. I find this complete utter BS. I believe WWE knew Sheamus and Drew McIntyre were a legit threat to the Usos and knew Sheamus and Drew are basically a real team that are capable of dethroning the Usos. So they used this as an excuse to get Drew McIntyre out of the match. Some believe that Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns suffered some kind of injury, but I refuse to believe that. Well, especially for Roman, that is, because it's not like they're going to strip him of the titles if he's injured. You know, if he's suffered an eardrum, something to do with his eardrum injury, why is he coming back next week? Yeah, so I don't buy that he's injured or anything like that. It's ridiculous. Anyway, and who do you think won? Who do you think won? It was the Usos. Wow! The Usos were able to retain their tag team titles. Wow! Who would have thought? What an unexpected, unpredictable result. A result that no one, and I mean no one, saw coming. Man, WWE is so unpredictable. Despite that the Usos have been champions for 500 plus days, such unpredictability in this company. Seriously. And you guys obviously know I'm just joking. LA Knight comes to the ring and he gets ambushed by Bray Wyatt. He believes this howdy guy is Bray Wyatt. He showed off that the masks that were attacked. He showed that the crazy weird masks that were appearing as well. So yeah, there's that as well. So yeah, like, I know some people are interested in this LA Knight Bray Wyatt feud. I'm not one of them. I find it very, very boring. And I don't know how this feud is going to make LA Knight any better. Like, if LA Knight is supposed to be built up as a megastar and he's supposed to be treated as a big deal, sure, putting him up in the ring against Bray is a big deal for him, but I think you should really be building these people up first. It's like Triple H doesn't build people up. He's just like, oh, give them a couple of matches and then they're off to the races. He doesn't build them up to give them time to connect with the WWE Universe. And I think that's one of Triple H's big flaws, especially with Emma. She comes back with little to no hype, and she's 0-2 in her since returning to WWE. And no, I do not count that live event she won against Xia Li. It's not televised. If it's not a televised victory, it doesn't count in my opinion. In my opinion, it doesn't count as long as it's not televised. He needs to build people up. Triple H needs to be building people up. He's not building Bray, he's not building LA Knight up for anything. The only thing I think he's building him up for is just a potential squash from Bray Wyatt. Because I can't see Bray Wyatt losing his first match back. It's something I'm not a big fan of. I think you should really be building these guys up, making them feel like threats. But, you know, the Triple H regime is different. And I guess you should get used to it, I guess. So we get a heel versus heel tag team match, but this doesn't last long, as Legado and Viking Raiders don't last long. This match doesn't last very long until Shit Row come down and cause a DQ. Well, more like a no contest. But, yeah, I mean, this feud would definitely be more interesting if they had a set of tag team titles to fight over. If you know what I mean. These three teams are fighting over what? To prove who's the superior faction? Is that what they're fighting over? Who's more dominant? Who's the most dominant faction? Who's the most dominant faction? What are these three fighting over? This is the problem when you have the Usos hogging the tag team titles. They have nothing to fight over. What are these three fighting over? Is there any reason why these three fighting each other outside of a few outside interferences that they've been causing? This team attacked me. Let's start a feud. There has to be a reason why these three are feuding. These three teams specifically, they're feuding over nothing. They're just feuding because they're feuding. And because there's no tag team titles for them to fight over, because two certain Uso bloodline brothers would rather clutch onto those things and hold them like a hold them so tightly that they won't give anybody else an opportunity. And that's the big issue here. I want to be invested in this feud. I'm a big Legado del Fantasma guy. I'm a big fan of them. Viking Raiders, I do like their new heel attitude, so I do like that. I could live without Sarah Logan. But, it doesn't really change how I feel about the Viking Raiders as a heel team. I just think Sarah Logan just adds to it. Just so long she doesn't really wrestle. And you guys know I'm not a fan of Hit Row. Hit Row are just awful. And apparently on the internet, if you don't like a certain team, it's just hate, apparently. Because I see so much on the internet how people just say, people not liking this team is just hate and it needs to stop. Well, it's not our fault. It's not our fault that we don't like the things that you like. Seriously, why do the internet do this? Why is the internet like this? It's like they expect you to like the exact same thing that we like. We can like whatever we want. We can like whatever we want. We can dislike whatever we want. I feel people on the internet are just strangling us to like the thing that they like. Like what we like, or else like what we like, damn it! I feel that's what the internet community is. It's, you better like what we like. So we have no freedom. If we were fans of the same wrestlers, let's just say we do that. We become fans of all the wrestlers that you suggest. Wouldn't that be boring? Wouldn't it be boring that we liked all the same wrestlers, that we hated all the same wrestlers? Wouldn't it get boring? Wouldn't that be boring? It would be boring. It would be boring if we all were fans of the same wrestlers. We all had the same opinions. We all agreed with everything. It's not as fun. It's not that fun. What's fun is we all have different opinions. We all like different people. We all dislike different people. That's what makes wrestling fun. That's what makes wrestling fun. All of us having different opinions. Us liking different wrestlers. Us disliking different wrestlers. But nowadays on the internet, us not liking certain people that they like is now acquired as hate or unnecessary hate. I just don't get it. I'm not a fan of Hit Row, and no amount of people on the internet can change my mind. You can say I'm hating all you want, it doesn't change the fact that I don't like them. The New Day backed up Ricochet in the contract signing with Gunther because, he had his guys at ringside. This led to a brawl and then a six-man tag as Ricochet and New Day defeated Imperium. I do not see Ricochet dethroning Gunther. I think that's probably going to go to Braun Strowman. That's just what I think anyway. We had another Lacey Evans video package. I mean, how many times are they going to try until they eventually give up on Lacey Evans? It's kind of ridiculous how they continue to try. Karrion Kross had a little segment with Rey Mysterio, which Karrion was trying to play sympathetic, but we all were buying it. many people weren't buying it. And we also had Gable Steveson appearing. A wild Gable Steveson appeared. He's like a freaking Pokemon. He's like a Pokemon. He's like super rare. He's like a 1% chance that he will appear. Seriously, Gable Steveson rarely ever appears in WWE. I remember WWE were hyping this guy as the next big thing. This dude has not thrown a single wrestling punch yet. Come on. Are we for real here? Are we going to be for real here? When is this dude actually going to compete? How much more training does this guy need? A lot, apparently. We get a backstage segment, not a backstage segment, well it is a backstage segment, but preview of a backstage segment out in the parking lot. Tell you, that parking lot is super dangerous. Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey attack Shotzi's hand. They smash her hand into a door. I mean, yes, it's painful. Yes, that does sound painful. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, that wouldn't hurt. It would hurt. That would hurt. Even that would hurt. That's not fake. People like to say wrestling's fake, but there's no way you can smash a door on someone's hand and pretend to be safe. There's no way you can smash a door on someone and say, yeah, wrestling is all about being safe. Making sure the person you're working with is safe. Yeah, no way you're going to make sure someone's safe with their fingers being smashed in. I'm just saying. People say wrestling's fake. I would like to see people who say wrestling's fake like to tell me how do you fake a door smashing into someone's hand? Oh, it's easy, man. You just pretend not to close the door. That's how you just grab the door, you put the person's finger in, you pretend to smash the door, and then the person screams. Nah, I'm sorry. Nah, not fake at all. I did feel a little bad for Shotzi. Did feel a little bad. I don't like Shotzi, but I don't like Ronda and Shayna more. So I did feel a little bad for Shotzi. Just a little. Liv Morgan and Tegan Nox did end up getting revenge, however, as they were able to defeat Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler in a tag team match, thanks to Raquel interfering. So, there's that, I guess. And it's nice to see. I mean, I wish Ronda Rousey would take the pin instead of Shayna Baszler, but oh no. Ronda Rousey isn't allowed to take pins. This is the same woman that claims that she's helping the future like Liv Morgan and Shotzi, but she's not willing to lay down and let the so-called future score a pinfall victory over her? Nah, I don't buy that for one single second. Miss, I help the future my backside. If you're willing to help the future, maybe you should take a finishing move and actually get pinned on an episode of Friday Night Smackdown. How about that, Miss, I help the future? Nah. Absolutely not. You will not. Nah, absolutely not. That's too much for the baddest woman on the planet. That's giving back a little too much. Jey Uso tells Sami Zayn to trim his hair and get it clean up a little bit to prepare for Roman Reigns next week. And he also tells Sami Uso that next week is going to be a big day for him. Now, I'll be happy to admit if I'm wrong here, but who says, raise your hand if you think this is the episode where they may have the bloodline turn on Sami Zayn. I'm raising my hand. When next week happens, and if it doesn't happen, I will say I was wrong. I'll happily admit I was wrong. But after Jey Uso saying something like that, I'm very convinced, very, 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 very convinced that this could be the episode where we finally see the bloodline turn on Sami Zayn. And if it doesn't happen, you'll hear me on the review next week saying I was wrong. But I'm very confident this time. but no amount of confidence means I'll be right. And then we get a really, I mean, I can't really call it dumb, but, you know, hey, happy birthday to Kurt Angle and all, but do we really need to celebrate his birthday? I mean, happy birthday, but do we really need to celebrate this guy's birthday? Happy 54th birthday, Kurt Angle, but I'm just trying to say, like, what's the point of these segments where, you know, evil bad guy is just going to ruin everything, but then in the end, then we get a good happy ending, but, you know, I don't know, I'm just never a fan of these. I just think they're just ridiculous. We get Alpha Academy. Of course, Alpha Academy are always put in this position. You know, it can't be somebody else. It can't be anybody else that gets squirt with milk, apparently. It has to be the Alpha Academy. But it can't be Shelton Benjamin, can't be Jinder Mahal and Shanky. Can't be Jinder and Shanky. It has to be Otis and Chad. It has to be Otis and Chad. It can't be Jinder and Shanky. It can't be frickin' anybody else. It has to be them. Chad and Otis have become the comedy act of Monday Night Raw. They're basically the male version of the Iconics. Funny and hilarious, but they get their butt kicks, and they're annoying. That's basically what I call the Alpha Academy, the male version of the Iconics, and it's a real damn shame that the Alpha Academy continue to be treated like shit. Triple H, you need to smarten up. Chad Gable and Otis are a great tag team, and you should be treating them like an actual tag team, not as a joke. Well, thank you anyway for joining me for this stream. Why am I calling this a stream? It's not a stream. I'm used to streaming. But thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you guys did enjoy, hit the thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time.